Hi everyone, Jeri Bellini here. Happy New Year. Welcome to Learn at the Little House. Today's January 1st, 2019, and I thought I would get the year started off with a little craft project. So I picked my word, and if you haven't picked your word, you can certainly pick your word. It's not too late. It's never too late to pick a word. And my word sets my intention for the year, and I just did a vlog the other day and told you how I came to get my word. And if you're having trouble getting your word, do watch that. It's a little technique I came up with from watching Dee Dee Willingham. She does a lot of mind mapping and idea collecting, and so I thought I'd use it to get my word. Anyway, part of my let me tell you what my word is. It's deliberate. So part of my being deliberate this year is I want to create more art. I want to be deliberate about it. And so when I was cleaning my room the last couple of weeks, I've been trying to get my art room all tidied up and organized for the new year. I came across these Rolodex cards that I had done back in 2017. And, you know, they made me smile. I love quotes, and they're so colorful and so happy, and they're so fast to do. So you can sit down in one session and just, you know, paint a bunch of cards. Just throw some paint down. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. This is just green paint, and I scraped it around with a credit card. And, you know, you can just do that with a couple different colors. You know, keep it simple. This one I just did some swishies, and as I recall, I remember enjoying the process of getting some paint down on the cards. So this was my first card, and it was when we got the little house. And so it says, you know, the little house. And then on the back, it says, sometimes what you're looking for comes when you're not looking at all. And the whole move, little house thing came about when I wasn't even thinking about moving. And so that quote was, or sentence, whatever, thought was appropriate for me at the beginning of that year. Anyway, so these things all represent something to me. When I see quotes that I like, I have a Pinterest board, and I save them on my Pinterest board. Sometimes I'm just thinking about, you know, my friends, so I'll just write a word. I'm thinking about balance, my faith, and you can see my cards here. Creativity takes courage. I don't always decorate, you know, both sides of the card, but since they're so small, you certainly could, you know, when you're sitting down at the end of the day, and here, this one I did, change is beautiful. Don't look back, you're not going that way. Just little reminders. Anyway, I was going to say, sometimes, you know, I sit down in the evening and watch TV, and I hate to just sit there. So this is something you can put on your lap and just get out your Posca pen or something and just make little dots or color something in. Just a little way for me, this is going to be a little way for me to create some art, no pressure, and I just wanted to share it with you. So I thought, I have this box of Rolodex cards that I got at the flea market. I don't like the container really, but I do like the cards. So I thought maybe, you know, you would think about doing this with me. And I'm going to just get my paint out, and I'm going to decorate some cards with you to show you how fast and easy it is. And then start collecting your quotes. I'm going to use scripture verses, quotes, words, anything that strikes me. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to tell you about, hold on. Since my word for the year is deliberate, I'm trying to be a little more deliberate about things. And I cut out all these pieces of paper, and I just clipped them together. They're 3 inches by 3.5 inches. And this happens to be an old coffee container. It's plastic. It was my mother's, and you know, I mention her a lot. I saved a lot of these types of things that really are meaningless to most everyone. But my mom, I have a story for everything that I saved. My mom used to always save these containers, and she'd put, you know, her leftover soup in them or stuff like that. And I couldn't bear to throw them out because she handled them so many times. So I am making a gratitude jar, and that's what I'm using her jar for. And then I'm writing down all the things that I'm grateful for on here with the date, folding them up and putting them in the jar. And you know, you never know, maybe someday I might be feeling a little blue or something, and I might open up this jar and start reading all the little things in there that I'm grateful for. And I actually, because today's the 1st, so you can see there's 3 papers in here. I started the other day when I got the jar out. So I just wanted to share that with you as well, and it is part of my trying to be more deliberate. Okay, I want to pay more attention to the things that I am blessed with, because I have many, many blessings, and I thought to sit down and write them down and put them someplace. And a lot of people use a journal to do that. I just wanted to see them all the time, and as this jar fills up, it's going to make me very happy. So I keep this right on my desk next to my computer. And as I said, I cut out all these little sheets of paper. The paper actually happened to belong to my mom as well. My uncle was a printer, and he used to send her boxes of leftover papers all the time, and she saved them. And of course, I have them now too. So there's 2 things I'm going to do, and it's my Rolodexes and my gratitude, and maybe you'll join me with these practices if they sound appealing to you. So I'm going to get some paint, and we'll paint a few Rolodex cards just to get started, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to smear some paint on these. You don't have to sit here and watch me do that, and then I'll come back when I have a whole bunch of them done. All right, I came back on because I wanted to share something with you. This is really funny. It's not funny, but I've been listening to this decluttering book, and it's telling you how to throw things, you know, you should throw things out, and it's called Decluttering at the Speed of Life. If you're interested, I thought it was a very interesting book. It made me laugh, and this paint is making me laugh as well. So it is all really dry, and just do the math, $5 a container, and it's really, unpleasant to find your paint this dry. However, you know, in all fairness to the company, I have had it for 2 years, but I feel like this shouldn't be. So anyhow, some of the paint is still soft, but it looks like texture paste. Okay, so I am going to throw it all out, but before I do throw it out, I decided to try to just get some of it on these cards. And I have a tray here off to my right, and when I put the paint on, I just put them in this tray just to get them out of my way. And the colors, their colors are just absolutely gorgeous. They're very vibrant, and that's why I bought them. But I really just wanted to show you. So like purple is I'm sorry about purple lovers, but it's my least favorite color, and of course it is still soft. My favorite color is this green, and forget about it, it's no good. And I have not opened this blue yet, so let's check this blue out. Okay, the blue is soft too. That's my next least favorite color. Isn't that funny? So even the teal is like so totally, this is like really unusable. So I was just having some fun with it. Anyway, I thought this is part of my deliberateness. You know, I'm deliberately experimenting with this dried paint to see if there's any way I can salvage it. And, you know, yeah, I have tons more paint, but I really did like this paint when I bought it. I love the colors. But you know what? I think it's all going in the trash. I don't think it's going in the trash. It is going in the trash. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Don't leave your supplies and not use them. Don't leave them sitting in the closet and not use them, because this is what happens. Be more deliberate. I just wanted to show you something fun that I discovered. So I'm painting these Rolodex cards. I'm using a brush. I'm using this. I'm doing whatever, but I'm using a catalog, okay, so that I'm not getting it all over my Teflon sheet. And when I make, because I make a mess, and so when I make a mess, I can just turn the sheet. So what I discovered, I'm loving this, is I'm painting both sides at the same time. So I paint that side, then I flip it over, and I get some paint on the other side, and I keep doing this, and I'm mixing some of the paints. And I'm not thinking about it too much. I'm just going with whatever. And after a while, I'm speeding up the process. After a while, when you flip it over and you have some paint on your catalog, and this is a U-line catalog, but I think any catalog would do the same thing. So now I'm painting on top. When you peel it up, part of the ink from the catalog comes on to your card, and I think it gives it such cool texture. And sometimes I'm just kind of going over it a little bit to make it look like old plaster. I don't know, I think it's really cool. So I just wanted to share that with you. I've got about 500 cards over here on my right. Can't stop. So what I'm actually trying to do at this point is, and then you just want to move away when the paper starts really peeling up badly. You want to move away from that spot. But what I'm trying to do is use up all this little bits of paint that's left in my containers. Yeah, I threw the Delusions paint away. That was really a disappointment. So I'm just trying to be deliberate and use up some of my supplies. And this was just a happy accident. And the other thing that I noticed is the last couple of months, now watch, I think this might happen now. You can tell, yeah, see, you can tell when it's going to happen. You can feel it. The last thing that I noticed is that my color palette tastes are changing a little bit. At the moment, I'm smitten with pastel colors. And so I thought I would just make some cards with pastels. All right, so here we are. We're back with some cards painted and dried, and I actually sat with them last night, and I put little borders around them, and I used my Jelly Roll pens. I really like those. I was using the Posca pens too, but the Jelly Roll are just a little brighter, and some of the ones I have like glitter in them, and they're a little sparkly, if you can see that. And so yeah, they'll be all ready to put a quote on, and I'm not pressuring myself with a time thing for this. I'll do a quote when I feel like it, and just to have them prepared. They're just waiting for their quote is nice, and I really did enjoy sitting here and doing this, and I did especially enjoy sharing it with you. So I hope maybe you'll consider doing something like this. You could put a word on there, you can draw a picture, you could do a lot of things, but it's just like 15-minute art, you might say. And my way of being deliberate about my art this year. And that's about it for now, and I hope everyone has a blessed day full of love and recycled art. And oh, before I say goodbye, I wanted to say if you don't have Rolodex cards, you could certainly use index cards. And that's about it. I want to thank you so much for your support. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. and I look forward to seeing more of you in the new year. Bye for now.